We have two NHL trades to discuss, both involving the St. Louis Blues. They've picked up players from the Ottawa Senators and the Dallas Stars. We'll discuss the deal coming up next. So welcome back to another video here at Top Shelf Hockey. As I mentioned, we have some breaking news from the NHL. We have not one, but two NHL trades, both involving the St. Louis Blues. They pick up players from Ottawa and from Dallas. So at the end of the day, pretty simple trades. Dallas basically sends Radek Faksa to the St. Louis Blues for future considerations. So he's basically free. So that's 1 year left on his contract at $3.25 million. It's been rumored for quite some time now that Faksa was likely going to be a cap casualty in Dallas. It's believed even last year there was some speculation that he could be moved and didn't end up doing so. The second trade is the Ottawa Senators have traded Mathieu to the St. Louis Blues along with a third round pick. Now the Blues made the Senators pay a premium here, a little bit of a sweetener if you will, because Joseph had 2 years left in his contract. So they take Faksa from Dallas 1 year for nothing, future considerations. And for Joseph and the Senators, they needed a third round pick. That makes more sense. 2 years on the deal. Joseph was a player who had a ton of rumors around him last year. The Senators made some other moves and left themselves in a situation where they were trying to sign Shea Pinto, and they needed to free up space. And it was believed that Joseph was going to be the cap casualty. He didn't end up getting moved because Pinto ended up getting suspended for 41 games for that gambling situation. Now the Senators find themselves, and now of course a new regime, because that was before ownership had changed and before Staios had taken over for Pierre Dorion. And here we are with basically the same situation. They need to sign Shea Pinto because after that suspension, Pinto got a deal for the rest of the season, played it out, and now here we are, RFA again. Lots of talk that they're far apart in negotiations, trying to bridge the gap. There's been some talk about his agent looking for offer sheets. There was false rumors, I will stress false rumors, that Pinto had looked for a trade out of Ottawa. That's not the case, and that's been confirmed by at least three different sources, including the GM of the Senators and two prominent reporters, two or three actually. So at this rate, Ottawa's trying to sign him. At the end of the day, I think their preference would be to do a 5 or 6 year deal. They're having a hard time coming to terms. Now, of course, this will help give them some extra salary cap space. Before this, they had around $4.5 million available. This will bump them up close to $7 or just over $7 million, right around there, I believe it is. So that's a lot more flexible. It's believed it's probably going to take around 5 to sign Pinto. If they can do it, to be honest, I think they should do a 5 times 5. I think that would probably be pretty good for both sides, and call it a day and get it looked after, because it's been becoming quite a distraction. And if it goes into training camp like it was going to last year, it's just going to really create a environment where they're just going to get off. It's just going to kill the team morale. It's going to be a distraction again, and then it's just going to end up, if they have another bad start, look out. So at the end of the day, I'm sure Ottawa's looking forward to getting future considerations into their lineup. Of course, that's a joke. Future considerations is just getting spread around here today. So Faksa and Joseph for free, along with a third round pick, to the St. Louis Blues. So Doug Armstrong picks up a couple of bottom 6 to middle 6 players. Joseph at times can play third line. He can play top 6 if you need it. He can move up. Problem with Joseph is after all the rumors last year, he went into the season, you could tell he was determined to prove people wrong, and he had a wicked start to his season. But then by the halfway point of the year, he disappeared. I love Joseph as a player. He's really fast, pretty good in the penalty kill. But the problem is he struggles to put together a full campaign. He'll have games where he's amazing for like a 10 to 20 game stretch, and then he'll have another 10 to 20 game stretch where there's no points, you barely see him, and he's just not engaged. I don't know what it is. He's also one of these guys. Sens have had enough of them over the years. Kind of remind me of Connor Brown, Ryan Dzingel. Really fast feet, really smart brains. They don't have the hands to have the finish. They're really smart, really quick, and they can serve a good purpose, but they just don't have the hands to have that finishing touch to take advantage of their opportunities that they create for themselves. But I'm hopefully for both of their sakes, they'll flourish in St. Louis and see if they can get things back on track here. So at the end of the day, good day for St. Louis. Obviously uses up some cap space, but they don't give up anything to get these players, which is kind of like a free agent signing in a sense. So let me know your thoughts on these two moves in the comments. We'll discuss further. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and stick around. We'll keep you up to date with all the latest news, rumors, and analysis of all 32 NHL teams. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.